Hey, it's Michael Zapersky from consultingsuccess.com. I want to share with you why every investment that I've ever made and that our company has ever made into coaching and mentoring has given us and produced for us a positive ROI. So here's the deal. We wouldn't be where we are today if we had not invested in working with coaches and mentors. And we've done it consistently year over year. And we've worked with so many different kinds of coaches to support our businesses. And this is multiple different businesses. And I think if you look at the highest performers in any given industry, whether they're athletes, artists, whether they're in business or in their chess, whatever, they all have coaches, right? There's no Olympic athlete that does not have a coach. There's no artist that does never had a coach or a mentor or someone to help them to bring out the best inside of them, right? To unlock their potential, to get a certain result faster than them trying to figure it out themselves. But I want to share with you the real secret behind why we have always, 100% of the time, seen a positive ROI. We've never had a negative ROI working with a coach. So here's the real secrets, my observations as to why that is the case. So number one is it's on us. We never go into a situation where we work with a coach or a mentor and we think that it's their job to make us successful, right? It's our job to find the right coach that can help us to get to where we want to be, but it's not their responsibility to ensure our success. That's our responsibility. And this is really, really important because I see a lot of people who will reach out to work with a coach and they almost expect the coach to make them successful, right? They're looking to put in the minimal amount of work and they're expecting the coach is going to do all the hard work for them. That's not how it works. If you expect that, you're setting yourself up for some real disappointment. Number two is, and this is directly connected, but we control our destiny. And what I mean by this is that it's fine to work with a coach, but if you're not ultimately prepared to put in the work or to follow the recommendations that you receive, or if you delay on taking action on those recommendations, you're not going to get the result that you're actually hoping for. So really understanding that it's on you and that your actions are ultimately what will create success is critically important. The other thing that I'll mention here is kind of full-on implementation. So here's what happens. We spend a great deal of time looking for and thinking about coaches and mentors. Like at all times, we're always thinking about who will we work with next? What specific area of our business are we looking to improve or tighten up, or just where can we learn? Where can we benefit from? And we may already know someone, we may have someone in mind, or we might spend some time searching for that person. But once we find them, once we say, okay, let's do this, then we go into action mode. And we don't just sit back and do like the minimum amount required to be successful. We do as much as we possibly can. We go full on. And so when we start in an engagement with our own coach, we will, I'll wake up earlier if I need to. I'll stay up later. When my family's asleep, I'll put in an extra hour or two of work if that's what I need to do, right? I'm fully committed to implementing as much as I possibly can. I want to take as much action as I can based on the recommendations that the coach that I'm working with is providing us. And it's huge, right? There's so many people, and maybe you've experienced this yourself, where you buy a book or a course or a program or whatever, and you don't really do that much with it. You feel all excited and empowered that you've made the purchase, but then you don't implement. And then you look back and kind of regretted it, or maybe you even have been in a situation where you've blamed the person or the creator of the product or program or whatever it is because something didn't work out. Well, it's not something, it's you, right? If it's working for some people, then it means there's a possibility that it can work for you. The question is, how committed are you to ensuring that it's going to work, that you're really implementing, that you're asking questions along the way? And so that's really the next one, is questions. So my style is to always ask questions. There's a lot that I don't know. I think there's a lot that all of us don't know. If we think we know it all, then, be prepared to die because there's nothing else to come. There's no excitement. So when I start working with a new coach, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. If I don't know something, I'm not going to be shy. I'm not going to keep it all inside, hoping that somehow it will resolve itself. It doesn't mean that I am asking so many questions that I'm avoiding doing the work. I'll always do the work. I'll put in as much as I possibly need to. But as I'm working through the process, if there's something that I don't yet understand or something that I'm wondering about, then I'll ask the coach, because that's why I've engaged them, to learn from them, to benefit from their knowledge, their expertise, their advice in that specific area. So don't be shy to ask questions. And finally is culture. Now, I've kind of learned this the hard way over the years. I would find someone who I thought could be a really great coach. I would reach out to them. In some cases, I would engage them. But I would then find that there wasn't the best cultural fit. And this can go, in both directions. Sometimes you also have to be open to that the way that someone does something might be different from the way that you do it, but it doesn't mean that your way is right and their way is wrong. It simply might mean that you just take and have a different approach. So you always want to keep an open mind. But what's been more and more important for us as a company and for the coaching work that that we do and the clients that we work with, as well as when we go out and work with our own coaches, is that we want to ensure that there's a good cultural fit, that we feel good with that person, that we feel that they understand us, that we like how they approach things, that their way of interacting, their level of attention and responsiveness and intimacy and so forth aligns with what we're looking for in that specific situation. It's really important, because if you don't feel good about the person that you're working with, you're probably not going to give it your all. You're probably going to hesitate or delay taking action, and that's not what you want. When you join a coaching program or you start working with a coach, you got to be all in. You have to be fully committed. You have to own it yourself. It's up to you 100% to make it successful. But you have to implement, you have to keep an open mind, and you have to understand that it is you that will create your success and no one else. A good coach will get you there a lot faster. They'll guide you through the process. They'll be there to support you and answer your questions along the way, but it's on you to take that action. And that's why, regardless of what we've experienced over the years, 100% of the time, we have seen a positive result, a positive return on our investment, which means that we've always made more, and in some cases, significantly more than what we've invested into that program or into that coach. And these are really the reasons, right? So number one, it's on us. Number two, we control our destiny. Number three, full on implementation, whatever it takes. Number four, not being shy to ask questions. And number five, ensuring that there's a good cultural fit so that we feel comfortable to take action and move forward. So I hope that benefits you.